hey, I'm going to put us on anyway because, with the whole all of chat, everyone has been hearing us yammer all along. So, hi, welcome everyone. Is Maenah stuck? Maenah's stuck. Maenah's frozen.
Maenah froze.
Does this surprise me?
Oh,
okay, Maenah has unfroze. And then froze again.
Yay! Oh.
And unfroze. Okay.
Jessica, is my audio working over there? Can you also hear both of them? She's buffering. Yes, she is buffering.
Yeah. She buffering.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah. Everybody else can hear everyone else? So my chat, you can hear everyone? You heard everyone just now, I assume? Well, actually, my chat wouldn't have heard anything just now because we were on starting soon and my chat wouldn't have heard anything. Until we got onto
Firefox
this.
crashed.
Whoops. Now we have 2 Maenahs.
I don't know if the world can handle 2 Maenahs. It's 2 butters. That's 2 butters. That's 2 people handing out bananas randomly.
Oh dear.
Don't know what I'm talking about? Check the VOD from last episode. Also,
we have a whole animation.
Banana Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we have a whole animation courtesy
Banana
of Weird
Gate.
Pumpkin Studios.
We have a whole emote as well. I don't know if now put the Banana Gate emote.
Channel.
I have the Banana Gate emote. Maenah has the Banana Gate emote. Yeah, now you need the Banana Gate emote as well. You know where to find it.
Can you send it to me? Oh, I'll get it later. Yeah. It's somewhere in our chat. It's somewhere.
It's somewhere. I mean, if you search and you filter for media and includes images, it should show up pretty quickly. Yeah, Jessica has the Banana Gate.
Yeah, Banana Gate. Banana Gate.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, while we're waiting on Maenah to get here, hi everybody. I'll do the full intro spiel whenever she gets back, so that way I'm not just doing it twice and she goes, "I'm back!" while I'm trying to do it. How you been doing, Raven? While we have a chance.
Been decent, I think. As usual, I want to throw this meat shell away, but what's new?
Vibe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolute vibe.
Before stream, before Maenah joined us earlier, when Now was already in, I was like, I don't know what I was doing, and then I was like, why is my knee hurting? And then Now was like, because we're old.
I'm like, we old.
That was the start of today. Me going, was my knee hurting? And now reminding me that I'm old.
Hey, you know what? Old but still lit.
Yep. Hella lit. I mean, no, we're on Twitch, aren't we?
Yeah. I mean, right? I'm a freaking VTuber. Yeah. You guys you're going to be having a podcast with a VTuber. That is in fact correct, Allie K. That is a 40-year-old knee.
Yep. It is a 40-year-old knee that's also kind of like wrong to begin with. Also, knees are weird and wrong to begin with. Like, who thought that putting a stupid piece of, like, basically the equivalent of a rock to make sure that two bone joints don't just slip out of place is the smartest idea? It's like you have 2 poles and you put a rock in the front. And then you tie things together with a string and you expect it to work and not fail.
That is what we call redneck ingenuity.
But then again, knees are still better designed than horses. So, I don't need them. So,
that whole ingenuity of like duct tape can fix anything. He had a medical issue, a broken carburetor, doesn't matter. Duct tape can fix it. And if it's stuck, put WD-40 on it. Even though it's not a lubricant, apparently we put WD-40 on it. Disclaimer, that was all sarcasm. Don't do that. Don't do any of that. Don't do any of that.
You know a man designed it. I mean, we always say Mother Nature. So that's that, considering we keep saying Mother Nature and most the most deities of creation woman and femme, man-made is I mean, my friend was having a moment and I had to remind her that, look, of course everything's wrong with humanity. Consider this. Your everything is running on a lump of fat. I am sorry to break this to you, but all of us are powered by a lump of fat.
Yep.
Because your brain is basically lipids formed in a different way with also nerves, but it's mostly fat. So that lump of fat has been dictating everything that happens. You're a jelly sausage. I mean,
see,
Maenah's frozen, but Maenah's here.
I don't know if it was my internet or everybody's internet, but the internet was like weird. She's frozen though. Oh,
she's unfrozen now. Yay!
Yay!
And frozen.
Oh, I was frozen today.
And unfrozen. And frozen.
I feel like we're playing a game.
Maenah, you're also muted, by the way.
Oh,
Maenah, you're muted.
Girl. Oh, she unfroze at a real funny point. Hey, you know what? It's 8:09, so we're only 9 minutes past start time, and you know what?
Fine.
At least technically,
we're getting there.
Technically, we are way more advanced than we were the previous.
Also, technically, when we started, it was fine, and then Maenah's computer decided to be a butt. So technically, it's a completely different class of problems right now.
True. Yeah, Maenah, we could probably get you a PNG tuber. Not right this second, obviously. But I bet your computer would like a PNG tuber a little bit better.
Would the PNG tuber be a banana? Or would it be a lump of butter?
Or, no. A squirrel that has costumes that she can change into. One that is a stick of butter and one that is a banana.
I don't know how to create PNG tubers.
I do.
Who do we know? Awesome. Banana man.
I can help.
Yeah, the thing is, today's topic is cryptids. Maybe a cryptid got into Maenah's computer. I don't know. Maybe. What if Maenah's computer is a mimic?
I mean, when in doubt, it's a mimic. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, Maenah, but I'm going to go ahead and start doing the intro spiel.
You blame Mothman. That's it. Why do you blame Mothman? Mothman is innocent. Mothman just likes lamps.
And tech. Lots of tech.
Yeah. 3D prints are fine as well.
Yeah.
Mothman is a legit person in our community, by the way, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with Mothman and the carrot, they are awesome. Mothman has to put up with me asking stupid questions sometimes because I get stuck on stupid tech problems and then I send screenshots to Mothman and he looks at it and go, "Are you sure you got the IP address right?" That was the last thing I asked Mothman for help with. I was like, I have no idea what script this is. I am trying to use something I downloaded off Git. It seems to be working, but it's broken. And then he looks at the IP address and he's like, "Seems a bit sus. You sure it's the right IP?" Guess what? I typed wrong, like ass backwards. I swapped numbers and I didn't realize. It gets so confusing when people talk about Mothman. You're like, Carrot's Mothman or the law? Maenah, you're still frozen. You are muted. Okay, Maenah's unmuted, but also frozen. But it's fine. The camera will unmute itself. There we go.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, worst case, we'll just get a picture of Maenah. We'll just get Maenah to give us a picture. We'll just put it in there. Maenah can talk. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started while we wait for her camera, because it's trying. It is struggle busting. It was working. It really was.
Yeah.
It's trying.
Yeah.
It is
It's
doing
okay.
its best.
If we can hear Maenah,
Too many of
we
you
can keep
people in
going.
my computer.
Okay, I'm going to do the intro spiel in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Three Squirrels in a Bucket, the podcast where we try to have a topic and stay on it, but I guarantee you we will not. I am one of your hosts. I am the Naoiko, the one in the center here with the fox ears, the VTuber, can't miss me. To the left, frozen currently, we have the wonderful Maenah. Say hi, Maenah.
Hi guys, everything is on fire.
And to the right, we have the wonderful Raven Blackheart.
Streaming is hard, yes. Yeah, Maenah just needs
Yep.
a new computer, I think.
Yeah.
Everything's on fire, yet she is frozen. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Completely makes complete sense.
It makes plenty of sense, Acid. Come on now.
And yes, we have met our bucket. Everyone give Matt the bucket hugs. Because for those of you who don't know,
I can try, Jesse.
Matt is currently stuck in the hospital, so everyone give Matt hugs. Matt, according to Matt,
yes.
is fine. Just stuck in hospital still.
Why are you trying to mod while you're stuck in the hospital, friend? I mean, you do you, bro. I appreciate you, but please don't.
We left
don't
the
feel
bucket.
Obligated.
We love Matt.
We. Yep. We do love our bucket, friend. Our shoe bill bucket.
Yes.
Mod love. Whoop. Okay. Well, our topic today is cryptids, which could go all over the place. I reckon. Anybody want to start? Because if not, I will.
Do you want to start with how we came up with the topic in the first place? The conversation that led to this.
Yes, and yes. In fact, I'm gonna let you handle that one because.
How this topic even came to be, because for those of you who don't know, Naoiko does my social media stuff, and we were talking about Chinese New Year stuff a couple months back, and I basically went on a rant because I was like, so I think we might have mentioned this creature on my stream and other streams and other squirrel streams before as well. The creature Nian, like for Chinese New Year, right? We are all the noises, the red and the firecrackers, all of that is to scare Nian away. But I swear that if you look at what people say about that creature, Nian is just a panda. Because Nian will eat livestock, Nian will eat pots and pans, Nian will eat anything, because Nian will come out from the mountains and the forest at the end of winter, start of spring, and he'll be hungry and he will eat everything and anything in sight. Here's the thing though. In modern times, so when we have cameras and stuff to record things, pandas have been observed to eat all sorts of random stuff. Because here's the thing, pandas are omnivores, okay? They are just lazy and not very smart, and therefore they mostly eat bamboo shoots. And bamboo shoots are very, very tough, for those of you who don't know. And their teeth can chomp through that stuff. And therefore, they can also chomp through a pan. So there have been records of pandas eating pots and pans in modern day. Does that sound familiar? And they're like, it's kind of like, and the descriptions of Nian is, it's a dog-like bear thing that's also a lion. Does that sound like something we know? So I'm pretty sure Nian is just a very hungry panda that has run out of bamboo shoots to eat because it's the end of winter, so all the bamboos that, had grown and was surviving through winter has been consumed, so they're out of food and the new shoots have not come up yet. So what do? They come out of the forest. So once again, things that we know, they come out of the forest and they eat stuff. They eat the livestock. Apparently they ate children. I wouldn't put it past pandas to eat children as well. And they just eat whatever's in front of them.
They might also eat grandma, so keep your grandparents inside.
So, yeah. And then, of course, it's a panda. Have you seen the keepers, banging pots and pans? Again, pots and pans near pandas to get them to behave and go back into their enclosure, and that works. So, yeah, loud noises scare them. Again, sounds very familiar. So, yeah, so that was kind of how this topic came to be, because I was swearing up and down that, Nian is just a panda. So,
I honestly feel like that you're onto something with that. Like, 100%. So I have to ask while we wait for Maenah to continue to attempt.
We have Maenah again, in a different form. We don't hear Maenah, though. We
can't hear you, though.
We don't hear you.
We're halfway there.
Almost.
Oh, we're halfway there. Living on a prayer. A song's been stuck in my head all day.
Still can't hear Maenah.
We get to play charades. I would do that. I would do that too, but my hands don't move. I don't have the.
Yeah.
I'm eventually gonna get the whole rigging thing set up since now So quick update since last time. While we wait, so we having a panda lion homunculus.
I mean,
they see it.
The I mean, the descriptions of Nian was never like human. It was always like a dog-like lion or a bear-like lion or a dog-like bear or something like that.
Yeah. So, have you ever okay, well, we got Maenah at least on camera.
We have Maenah on camera, but no audio. No audio.
No audio. That's a face. I wouldn't make that face. I would not make that face. I know you're frustrated, but just as your friend, I'm letting you know that people like to make clips at weird times. You may not want to make that face. I love you, my friend. That is why I'm trying to help you. So Maenah's going to do the podcast by holding up cue cards where she writes down what she wants to say and holds it up to the camera.
Banana Gate is already things or whatever. I mean, see, Banana Gate is a story. But if you make a face that gets clipped and gets turned into other things, that's a whole different problem.
Yep.
And causes like shakes.
That's why I do VTuber.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's like most of the faces I pull will not be very good for making anything sus because I make gremlin faces. It's not very good for making sus content.
Have you ever ran into a cryptid? That's a big question.
Ran into a cryptid.
Like, have you ever actually, in your life, and I don't mean like a plushie or a statue, have you ever ran into a cryptid or had an experience with a cryptid?
Chat was trying to get Cause to self-fit pigs.
Don't give in, man. That's a slippery slope.
Cause you can self-fit pigs for a lot of money. You could quit your day job and then we can have actual redhead Cause.
I mean, that's true. Do what you're comfortable with. No,
Cause what do you mean no one wants ogre feet?
I have learned that
if it exists, there's a market for it.
What is it, like
Rule 34?
Yeah. Rule 34.
Yeah.
Don't look that up, kids. Also, this is an 18+ podcast. Just heads up.
Does it count? So does Cause count as a cryptid that we've ran into?
It's like a spin-off of... He's not a Sasquatch. He doesn't look like a Sasquatch, but he does say he has ogre feet.
Exactly. So does he count as a... Okay, LEK says cause does not count.
Yeah, cause is too cool though to be a cryptid.
So Mothman doesn't count either then. Even though he is Mothman.
Carrot's Mothman doesn't count.
Okay.
The real Mothman does count. I don't know if I've ever actually seen a cryptid, but I have seen something that kind of fits in the category. I have seen a UFO before.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure it wasn't a person UFO, but it could have been, especially nowadays.
Does it count as having run? Does it count as having been in contact with a cryptid if said cryptid is actually a real creature but has been traditionally been marked as a cryptid, i.e., pandas, for example?
If that's the case, I've also encountered a cryptid like that. But you could also say, yeah, because like maybe the sturgeon. For a while, people thought sturgeons were just cryptids.
Yeah, because giraffes were also like, in Chinese mythology kind of thing, it's sort of like there have been proven that there is that it's been proven that the Qilin could have been a giraffe. And like I did a stint at the zoo that basically required me to smack the giraffes around a bit. So I've smacked a cryptid.
Hold up. Rewind.
What?
What do you mean you slapped around a giraffe?
The giraffe licked me. I was trying to clean his drinking bowl.
Did you bitch slap a giraffe?
I mean, not quite a bitch slap, but more like smack the nose because he's not supposed to be licking me. I was trying to clean his drinking bowl. Look, I've smacked a giraffe on the snoot and I've kicked the alligator and I got whipped by a Komodo dragon. Justice for the giraffe.
Oh, Raven, that needs to be an animation if we could see. I just want to see Raven.
We're gonna need to raise funds to pay Pat for all the animations that we need.
Am I here again?
Yes!
We have a Maenah! We have a Maenah!
3 devices later, ladies and gentlemen, we finally have stream.
So if Maenah is elusive, does it make Maenah a cryptid as well?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. An adorable cryptid, but a cryptid nonetheless.
So we all have made contact with a cryptid.
That's true.
Maenah is the banana cryptid. Maenah, do 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 do. Maenah, do 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 do.
I don't like it because that's the kind of shit that gets clipped. It's not me making a stupid face. It's shit about bananas. Every damn time.
I'm just gonna say, friend. PNG tuber or VTuber.
It's not gonna make my situation any better. It's my mouth that gets me in trouble.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't. After the banana gate, yeah.
And that's what matters. In fact, I feel like I need to move you guys over here, and then we'll be closer to the original. Guys, we're getting there. We tested.
It was
working. Tested this.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we hit live, my computer set itself on fire and was like, "Nah, no stream today." So.
Cause at least with a face you can react. PNG tuber with no audio is just a picture. Will be coming out of a cute animal.
Or a banana,
yeah,
I guess.
Mean, well,
I try to freeze.
Yeah, I mean, now they'd say that your PNG tuber could wear a banana suit or a stick of butter as a suit, so you could be a stick of butter.
I could be neither.
We could make you a squirrel with a butter hat.
Just a stick of butter as a hat.
Or the other way around.
Yeah.
Where it's a stick of butter wearing a squirrel hat.
You want to be a... You want to be a stick of butter wearing a squirrel hat.
If I have to choose, if I am put in a blender.
All I hear in my head when you say that is like that clip from one of the old FNAF games was like exotic butters.
I have a new source of where that might be coming from.
Yeah, what Ellie K said made more sense. Squirrel in a banana costume with a butter head. Dead squirrel, but no dead squirrels here, Jessica. We're not trying to kill any of the squirrels.
Live squirrel. Yeah,
they're not letting me get out of this one.
Old and lit, but we don't want to be
old
that
and
lit.
Old. Not broken yet.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Okay,
I did say
Kaz was saying earlier, in regard to my alien cryptid conversation, that I had seen a UFO. That apparently, people have reported that they see like white or albino colored animals, not far from where they have seen like, let's just say, signs of extraterrestrials, which I feel like counts as a cryptid because at this point, it's basically confirmed that there is something out there that we consider an alien, but we just don't know enough about it, so it's still a mythical creature or mythical person or whatever you want to consider. I don't know.
With the albino creatures, if we are talking about that, then I would have definitely run into a cryptid before. Because in Scandinavian law and everything, you have like the white reindeers and all that. I have actually seen a white elk. When I was living up north, we drove past and there was a white elk by the side of the road. So I've actually driven past a white elk, which is apparently like supposed to be a spirit animal. And it's really good luck if you see them. Because Scandinavian has completely different law about albino creatures. So with that said, I have run in. Then in that case, I've seen and encountered cryptid before in real life.
If we're talking about random animals and like white random animals, I have a quick side note because whatever squirrel. When I was still living at home with my parents and I was still in school, so I was like in high school, we had just moved into this house that was kind of in the middle of the woods essentially, and behind the house there was just a clear shot across a field where there were no trees. Because like a farmer or somebody had just cleared that out and the rest of it's like forest on both sides, right? So like I get up for school one morning at like 5 a.m. because anxiety, and I was really, really wanting to not be late for school because Tism makes me be like, I can't break the rules. So I went to like walk my dog, like take my dog out to use the restroom. And before I could get there, I looked out the window and it's just, guys, it was foggy. And I looked down that little cleared clearing, and there was a horse, a white, solid white horse that looked like it had a horn, just chilling.
So you've met a unicorn.
Essentially, it was debunked because unicorn actually came up to a car whenever I was leaving to go to school. So I got a close look at unicorn. Unicorn was just a solid white horse. Now, maybe unicorn hit horn. I don't know. But unicorn was very friendly. It was very nice. Sweet horse. Don't know whose horse that was. Don't know where it came from.
So with
where
unicorn...
did it go? Zero Horn Joe.
So with regards to unicorn, the creature like that is closest in terms of like where the horn sits on the head to a unicorn is the narwhal, right? Sidetrack.
Yeah.
This is sidetrack, but I feel like this needs to be known because we did start stream off with nature's weird and I don't know what's going on. A narwhal's horn is technically a tooth. Go make of that what you will. It's one of their tooths that's grown through their skull.
Ew.
It's the tooth.
I like heard not
so
that.
imagine if you did meet a unicorn. It would technically be a horse where one of its tooth has grown through its skull.
Ew.
That's poor baby. A lot.
Okay, now whales have to be cryptids. You love animals, but you don't get that one. LEK, it's not even the only creature that has its teeth that are a problem. A rhino's horn is the same materials and fingernails. Yep. But see, a rhino's horn makes more sense because it's a growth off the front of their face. You know, a narwhal's horn is a tooth that just went thump through their skull.
So are they both cryptids?
Huh? I mean, narwhals could be cryptids that are just, that we found. So, just like jackalopes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm taking up so much time, but...
No. That's what we're here for.
No, please. That's
what we're here for.
Jackalopes are actually real creatures as well. Jackalopes are real creatures, but it's a very sad existence for the real creature because it's wild hares that have a disease, so their facial structure changes. And that's why a lot of people have actually reported seeing jackalopes. So yeah. The bunnies they grow kind of like things that look almost like reindeer horns, which is what a jackalope is very often drawn as, wild hares with like reindeer horn kind of things. When they have that, I can't remember what the disease is, but when they're infected, they start growing like lumps and like hard structures of their skin and their face. So that's also why a lot of people in certain areas of the US would have reported seeing jackalopes, because those are the areas where it is most common for the bunnies to get infected with the whatever disease that is.
Poor babies.
Yeah, basically. And it's basically also like if you see a real life jackalope, they need to be caught and put down because otherwise they will keep infecting the rest of the population. So yeah, sorry, I made it dark. Sorry, we only just started.
Once a day trivia, learn something new, la la la.
Learn something fun. Aren't you glad? We're like reading Rainbow, but with not fun things.
As the dialogue says, this reminds you of the not fun fact of worms that grasshoppers get. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Okay, so I'm gonna deter. I'm going to squirrel back slightly onto a happier version of the cryptid topic.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing that actually kind of made us decide to go the cryptid route besides the Nyan thing was us talking about Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, who is a very, very well-known cryptid. So yeah, Lindo, squirrel, definitely squirrel moment.
Hi, Lindo.
Because there was at one point, now it was disproven, I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong, Raven.
Yep, it's
there
been
was
disproven.
A point in time where people were wondering if Nessie.
Before now continues, remember this is an 18+ stream. Okay, we are going very into 18+. So before now continues, if you are not 18, please get out.
Please go in like the nicest way possible. Like, we love you guys. Thank you for your support, but like, don't be here.
Jessica, it's not dinosaur. Dinosaur is one of the things that they thought Nessie could be, but now I think you can continue now.
So and when I tell you this is going to sound funny, but they meant this seriously. Like an actual serious scientific debate was going on with this. One of the suggestions as to what Nessie was that people had been seeing was a whale peen. Yep. That's what I said.
I'm the child.
It was a whale that was very happy to see somebody was their suggestion. That like was he's just
sunbathing.
Yeah, basically. And the thing is, if you look, so if you Google it, like this is.
I can't believe you made me have to read that with my eyes.
So here's the thing: if you Google it, And this is kind of something that is kind of safe to Google, actually, I would say. Depending on what you feel.
Safe. Define safe.
I mean, I mean, it is a peen, but it's also not porn. So it's as safe as Googling anatomy pictures. Raven safe, not LU safe. Yeah, basically Raven safe, not LU safe. Raven safe, like shit that I would Google, no issue. You will search this on your
Google that on your work laptop.
No, I didn't say that. No. Blame them for me.
But here's the thing.
Not safe for work. Not safe
I
for
showed
work.
this to Now. I did show this to Now. Yes, I was the person who told Now that this is a thing.
Yeah, she's straight up in our work chat. In our straight up work chat, Raven has sent me a picture of a whale peen next to Nessie's picture so we could compare.
To be fair.
This is real.
To be fair. And I know this is a clippable moment, and it's like y'all in my streams and everything. You know this. To be fair, all of you get peen pics from me all the bloody time.
Okay. So the big question was asked. Carl says, did it compare? Oddly enough, yes. Honest to goodness, and this is going to sound strange, I could see where the theory came from. Because it did kind of look like Nessie.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you look at the silhouette of the things, it actually looked like it could be right in a lake. But Jessica, that is why it eventually got disproved that it couldn't be it, because there were no traces. They went into, Loch Ness, which is basically the lake. So the Loch Ness monster is basically the lake monster. But basically they went to see what creatures, what bones and all that. There was no traces of whales found in Loch Ness. Which is why they are like, yeah, it could have been, but it probably wasn't because we can't find a whale.
Yeah. Yep.
Must have a good curve. Oh, it did. LEK.
Unfortunately, I can say that yes. Unfortunately, I know that it did.
If y'all want to see it, if y'all want to see it, it's on Reddit.
No, we're not. Yeah, we're not.
I'm not putting the link, but you can open a private browser tab and then go search for whale peen Loch Ness, and you will absolutely find a picture that will show you what it looks like, and it's a Reddit thread.
Will see.
I just gave you the search terms.
Nope, not on the word.
Yep, nope.
Don't trust me.
I'm not searching that. You don't need to. If you don't want to search it, you don't need to. But if you want to, that's what you search.
I have a safe way to know. I have a safe way to know. Look up one of the pictures that they have of Nessie. Make it white. There you go. You don't have to search for it. You know what you're looking at then.
I think it's more like make it pink.
Well, yeah, off white, off pink. Yeah, it's kind of pinkish.
Echo says you have to work tomorrow. Yes, I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, yes, child.
Yeah, sorry. I just, look,
sorry.
Look, if I had to have that burned into my retinas when I was trying to be professional, you do too.
And see, I have the opposite. I'm like, if I've seen it, I'm going to protect it from everyone else. I'm going to be like, no, you can't. Please don't. Like, no.
I'm the guy that whatever stupid information I learn, eventually, I don't have a kind of like, I don't have the thing where it's like, oh, I need to protect people from it, or I need to show people. It's just like, if the topic comes up, it will come out. Because there's too much information in there. There's too much crap in there. There's no space for filters anymore. I'm sorry.
There you go. Look up a sea bunny instead. I like Jessica's suggestion.
Yeah, sea bunnies are cute. Instead.
Yeah, look up something
and
cute.
Sea sheep.
A capybara.
Go search sea sheep to wash your eyes out. Was it?
Yes, Cos, to answer your question, yes, it was.
It was partially floppy and partially erect, and therefore it looked like a head and neck. Maenah Maenah wants to disown me now.
Jesus. No, I'm just.
Yep.
I have more stories about shit like this. So it's like.
Oh no! Do tell! Do tell!
So there's a couple of at Meow Wolf in Denver. In one of the areas, there's a couple of animals that have some very phallic like face and neck and yeah. I had a kid chuckle about them as I was like walking by this weekend, and I had to just walk as quickly as possible in the other direction. Can we turn me up? I don't know. Can we? It's a miracle you can even hear me right now.
Yeah, we can.
I'm sorry I flash chat a pin.
Yeah, there's some very phallic stuff at Meow Wolf, and some kids called it out this weekend, and I just had to bail. I was like, I can't be here.
I put her audio at 200%.
200%.
Can you eat the kraken? Well, technically you can eat the kraken, because technically the kraken is a real creature. By the way,
would it be calamari?
This
though?
is an octocycle. But
is
a kraken
might considered
like
calamari.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, the thing is, that's what a kraken is. It is a giant squid. That is at the National History Museum, at the Natural History Museum in Stockholm. They actually have like a giant squid, and that thing took up the entire room. So but it's a squid. It's a squid. So you technically, if you can catch the kraken before it dies and starts rotting, you can probably eat it, and it'll probably taste like calamari, and it'll probably be really tough. Because it'll be like the thickness of the tire.
I don't like seafood.
You remember your first experience of Meow Wolf seeing the video of May sliding down a washing machine and being like, what?
That was Santa Fe.
So Maenah is a cryptid.
Confirmed, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Also, growing up in the Northeast, like the Appalachians, however you want to say it, that strip definitely gets that, like, the spooky vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I grew up in the sort of thing where it's like, if you hear someone calling your name in the woods, no, you didn't.
No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, you don't. Just walk away. So yeah, I'm of that where it's like, you're not necessarily locking your doors at night to keep people out. You're keeping the everything else out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Also, if you hear whistling while you're walking down a trail, no, you didn't.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You didn't hear whistling.
I would say that all these are pretty common across a lot of cultures. It's not just like what you all grew up with, because for us it's the same.
Feel better,
it's like if you're alone, if you know you're alone and you hear someone calling your name, you did not hear that. Do not use your names out in the open when you're out in the forest and all that. Do not do that. If you're in a haunted location, don't use your names. Use something else, so on and so forth. There's a lot of such stories and things going on, and a lot of times there's a logical explanation for it, but also a lot of times there isn't. So like, the not like someone calling your name kind of thing. It's like that. It's like the logical explanation is you're alone and you're hallucinating the voice, but not
especially
quite
when you're
either.
alone.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel right when you've been in that situation. It's sort of like, that doesn't feel right. It's not that wasn't me calling my name. That wasn't me hearing someone's voice I know calling my name. That was an unknown voice calling my name. What the fuck? But also there's a lot of things that sort of with regards to that. One of the things that in Chinese culture that's attached to that, if you're out alone and you see something, don't respond. We have what we call ghost fire, 鬼火. So for those who understand Chinese, but the ghost fire, and what that is a scientific phenomenon, because there is phosphorus in bones, and sometimes in the right conditions on a foggy night, you see blue flames, or what looks to be blue flames, over a graveyard or over a gravesite. And that's the kind of thing that it's like, oh, there's a ghost chasing you. It's not gonna chase you. That's just, it's basically the phosphorus just, kind of like coming out of the soil and everything. And so you actually think you like ghosts better. Get
Never the science here.
I mean, I know some other gross science in regards to that, so I'm going to keep it to myself this time. If it comes back up later, I'll share it then. I feel like the phosphorus and the skeleton is probably good enough for that department. But yeah, I you know what, Cause? I think aliens do have ghosts.
Yeah. Have you all seen have anyone watched the TV show Ghost?
And Ghost. Yes, part of it.
If those of you who like ghost stories and stuff like that, and you like the concept of ghosts, if you have not watched the TV show Ghost, there's the UK version and the US version now, and there's going to be an Australian version. I really want to watch the Australian version. Go watch it because it's awesome. It's so funny. So yeah. Okay, that was a complete sidetrack. Never mind.
No, that's fine. There's been a lot of talk about like, have we had like ghost experiences other than like the cryptid sort of heard your name called, something like that. Like, I've definitely had a moment of like whispering in the woods growing up in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Walk the hell away from that, tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But I also had a ghost experience out there too, where it was like we'd gone on like a field trip as a class, and it's like, we're gonna learn about the history of this town that we live next to.
Yay, and history.
I really kind of don't like that I didn't grow up here, because I don't know anything about the town that I now live in. And it's like, where do I get a history class about that? Like, I want to learn about Colorado
City Hall.
Find a local, get them drunk, and make them spill it.
Oh my god, they'd love it. I got to play with some Tesla coils before, which was fun. But when I was back east going around, like, I was at the back of the group, it felt like something was right here. Like, the back of my head, watching me, like, eyes, daggers into the back of my skull the whole time we were there. And it's something that doesn't sit well with me, like, to this day. When I went to the Stanley Hotel, I expected to have the same experience, because everyone's like, oh, I had an experience at the Stanley. That place ain't haunted. Yeah. And if it is, the ghosts didn't want to come say hi. I went on my birthday, so maybe they were intimidated. But
I have seen a ghost. I've seen a full body apparition.
A full body? Oh my gosh.
Yes, I've seen a full body apparition. I've told this story on my daytime streams a couple times, but the Cliff Note version of it is essentially when I was younger, just to give you the layout of the house that I grew up in, because you need it for context. So imagine it was a mobile home, okay? So rectangle.
Yeah.
You had on one side of like the building is a hallway that led to a bathroom at the end of the hall.
Yep.
And then on the other side, connected to that hallway, were 2 bedrooms with a wall in between both doors, and there was doors. Okay.
Got it.
My sister was hanging out with me one day because I had been having, like, I've always had nightmares. You know, I was a paranoid kid, paranoid adult. So she was reading me Winnie the Pooh, like the Disney Winnie the Pooh. I remember that very vividly because of what happened next. I'm just sitting there listening to her and just kind of bantering back and forth while she's reading. And I look up because I heard something in the hallway. And I see this little girl who looked a little bit older than I was at the time, in a solid white, I'm just going to call it old-fashioned looking nightgown with long black, well, not black or brown. It was like darker color. It's kind of hard to tell because it had a weird glow to it. Very slowly walked in front of that door, continue on, and I just kind of stared there, mouth agape at her. She kind of looked at me for a second, kept walking. I hear the bathroom door at the end of the hallway, the handle turn. The door opens. I hear it. I hear the door close. I stare at my sister. I said, "Did you see that?" She said, "No." And she continued to read Winnie the Pooh. At that point, I decided that the ghost was probably not going to harm me because it just had to pee. But that actually did happen.
Yeah, I think a lot of times it's acknowledge the ghost, acknowledge the spirit, acknowledge the whatever it is, but be like, you're allowed to be here if we're gonna be cool.
Yeah.
And as long
So I
as
was
that
like, okay,
happens,
she just
we're
got to
good.
pee. She just had to pee.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all had those dreams where like you're in like trying to find a bathroom in your dream because like you actually have to pee IRL, but you can't because obviously you're sleeping and your body's like, I learned how to do that as a child. So like,
nope, not today.
You're like trying to find toilets in the dream, and you never get any relief because you can't actually deal with your I need to go pee in real life. So yeah, I just figured, hey, she just had to pee.
I'm just wondering if like things like that, because there's also a lot of people who are like, when certain things happen and it feels like they feel like they've entered an alternate timeline. I'm wondering if that's something like, we are just seeing alternate timeline things happening. Like, would that have been you or your sister in an alternate timeline who had to go pee? Rather than some like random ghost. But an alternate timeline version of you might not look the same.
Yeah, the hair color was different. But you know what? I'm not saying it's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a super good look at her face. Like, I wasn't like staring for facial details. Mm-hmm. Plus, I have my far away vision and face blindness are fun. I could see the person there. I could see eyes, mouth, nose, all that stuff. If you ask me, like, did she have freckles? I don't know. I didn't get close enough to find out.
Because I do wonder, because I feel like all of these theories, because we can't prove that it's not real, I believe that they're true to some extent. I just don't know what extent. So until I'm told that, definitively that it's not possible, or there's a definite answer to it, I'm not going to go either way on it, because I do think that there are a lot of things that we don't understand in this world, in this existence. I mean, like I said, we basically are lumps of, we are basically powered by lumps of fat. How does that make sense? And that was my elbow, if anyone heard the click.
Ooh, ow. Okay.
Yep, that's just very normal things for me.
I wish I could hand you the ice pack that I'm using.
The ice pack wouldn't help.
Do you feel like your knees aren't what they used to be?
I mean,
you might be old.
Elbows are kind of the same. It's like, you don't make sense. Like, nothing makes sense. The only thing is we make more sense than a horse. And yes, I'm harping on about horse because I spent a whole month posting horse facts, and now my brain is just going back to the why are horses weird. Like, horses might as well be cryptids. Like, seriously, the way they're constructed is, how are you alive? Do you all know that horses breathe when they run by having their diaphragm slammed into by the rest of their guts? So they breathe out, and they can only breathe one breath per stride because that's how they breathe when they run?
Yep.
They are basically anxiety leather couches on toes.
Yeah, pretty much. With the personality of a smart puppy.
LK says, you say that for you, your encounters have felt more playful, like the person you lost was trying to play ball with you instead of you playing by yourself in alternate timeline.
Yep.
See, that makes sense as well. Like,
yeah, like someone
personally, I don't know if I've encountered ghosts because I am that kind of oblivious. So especially if there's a full body apparition that shows up in front of me, I am probably too oblivious to notice that they're not real.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I'd be the same, but like it was one of those situations where I knew who was in the building or was supposed to be. Yeah. So
if you ask the adults around me as a kid, they would have told you that I probably met like a 300 ghosts and counting, and I remember none of it. But then again, also, I couldn't say water, and I just called, when it was raining, I was just shouting ghosts. So who knew whether I was actually seeing ghosts or it was just the water? I don't.
It's possible. Why not both?
Why not both? But like creatures wise, definitely, it's sort of like the ones that are verified creatures, I've encountered a bunch. the weird creatures, once again, it's sort of like, for me, a lot of times it's also sort of the inability to differentiate, am I in dream state or am I in alert state and all that. So I'm kind of like, it's not clear a lot of times what state I'm in when I see certain things, and I tend to discount that as I didn't see things, and if I don't understand it, it doesn't exist. That's kind of how I work. So I can't definitively say if I've encountered cryptids, if I've encountered ghosts, but I'm always hunting information. So a lot of times it's sort of like, okay, so technically that counts. Like pandas and giraffes and white elks and stuff like that. And technically, foxes in the Arctic region, if it's snowy out and they have not put on their winter coat yet, those are fire foxes. And if you've seen an aurora, you've encountered a fire fox. So I've seen plenty of auroras. So does that mean if I encountered the fire fox?
Yes.
Maybe.
It was my cousin George.
Your cousin George.
Yep.
I think that would have been your whole clan, because you know that it's pretty constant. You've seen all the pictures and everything, so it's like that's a lot of your family out here.
So George is a little bit on the big side. We don't talk about it though because he's very sensitive about it.
Poor George.
Aww.
It's okay. It's relatable.
For George, guys.
I don't know if Sloth can hear us.
Yay! There we go.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah, my stream is broken as per usual.
Mine is currently an ad, so that's what I was telling Deb in the chat. I was like, Maenah and Raven are also streaming. They may not be in ads right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're here.
We're in share chat, so
Sloth has a fish, so Sloth is fine.
Yeah,
we good.
Ta-da!
But yeah, we don't. You know, George is lovable. George is lovable. He's a good firefox. He's just a little bit on the chunky monkey side. He's not very happy about that. But you know what? Hey, relatable. He's still a good bean.
Just painting beautiful pictures in the sky.
Oh yeah. Very artistic. Very proud of him.
And I can't remember. I think Firefox was the Firefox. I think is the Finnish story, but the Sami has a different thing, and I think they have the phoenix or something, like basically a bird that is painting the auroras. So it's sort of like there's quite a few different stories within Scandinavia itself of who and what is creating the auroras. So those are kind of like, would that be considered a running into a cryptid if you've seen the Northern Lights kind of thing?
Well, yes, I would think so. Joking aside, I think technically, yeah. Because it's elusive.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to pinpoint. It shows up when it wants to. And for the longest time, we didn't know the cause of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would count as a cryptid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone hug Sloth.
Yes.
Sloth needs
we're sending love.
Yeah. Sloth gets big hugs.
All hugs.
Kind of going back on the topic of Nessie.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Nessie here in Georgia.
What?
You do?
I'm not. We do. We have a Nessie-like in Georgia. Apparently, it's in the Alatmahal River, and it's commonly called like Alti for short. Mm-hmm. It's been spotted in various places around, throughout the Alatmahal River for decades. I believe the first noted encounter with it was by like the Native American tribe that was living in the area. Settlers have seen it. I don't know if it's the same creature or more than one or whatever, but it's been seen many times. The part I find funny is that not only have they seen it in the river, but they've also spotted it in nearby like they're very close to the river, rice paddies. Don't know why.
So you thought it was a big gator? It could be a big gator.
It's honestly, it's been said as both, because like the artistic depiction from the earliest encounters with it, the body looks like a sturgeon, but then the head looks like Nessie.
Probably a big gator.
Yeah, it could be just a very long neck gator, or here's a thought: what if it's not a gator? What if it's a crocodile? Because they have the thinner snoots that could be possibly mistaken for like a paleosaur looking neck.
No, I think gators have thinner snoot. Crocs have wider snoots, wider and rounder snoots.
I'm remembering wrong.
Because crocs are more common in Southeast Asia, and I've kicked like the one that was the one that was the known biggest one in the Singapore Zoo that apparently has passed away. He won't let me clean the enclosure, okay? We were trying to push him into the water and he won't let me do that, so I poured bleach over him and kicked him.
I'm like looking up. Okay, so I was partially
committing crimes against animals.
The keeper I was with told me to kick his tail. LK says we have so much to discuss. I'm sorry, LK. LK used to work at the zoo. LK is not happy.
You out. You
LK is like, not you in trouble.
But yeah. So there is a crocodile. There's a couple species of it that have the pointier snoot that would, in theory, from an angle, could look like a paleosaur head.
You used to work at the best zoo.
You worked at the San Diego Zoo? San Diego Zoo?
Oh, best zoo.
So LEK is not pleased.
Yeah!
Not best zoo. I will come through the computer and fight you, not the best.
Yep. I have a kinfolk who used to work there too, Ali.
There's another I just realized there's another cryptid that all three of us should be familiar with.
Oh?
Because in olden times, we would have been them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're
the changelings.
We're fae. Yeah, we're changeling. Yeah. We're fae. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
we're all changelings. Every one of us.
Are you neurodivergent? Have you ever had someone say, "Boy, they just ain't right"?
Mm-hmm.
You too. Maybe changeling.
You too might be.
We are all cryptids, so technically all of you have encountered cryptids because you've encountered us. And you're probably a cryptid by yourself, so...
No, where's my little... Hang on, where's my little...
Alike, why are you fighting me?
Because I said that
why is Alike fighting everyone today?
No, not Bessu. No. Oh, it didn't work. I have a little like.
I'm trying to find the funniest cryptid in the Scandinavian lore.
I think Matt earlier said. Oh no, I'm sorry. This isn't Scandinavian. I'm just saying. Matt said Hatman. Does that count as a cryptid?
Sorry.
The Hatman.
The Hatman?
Who's the Hatman?
Yeah.
What's the Hatman?
Isn't that the one? And chat, please correct me. But like, isn't that the one where if you take way too much Benadryl, like you see the Hatman?
I should have seen the Hatman at this point in my life, and I cannot say I've seen the Hatman.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Babadook. I don't know, but
you see and hear the Scatman.
No. I read that comment and I knew. It's gonna be stuck in my head for the next 72 freaking business hours.
Wait, do platypuses count as? Does the platypus count as a cryptid?
If the platypus
yes,
is,
because
then,
at one point,
yes,
at one point they honestly did not think it was an actual animal. Mm-hmm. It was considered a mythological creature, and the people who reported seeing it they were considered to have seen what we equate to like Bigfoot.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yep. Like sturgeons for the longest time were considered cryptids because people didn't think they were real. Horseshoe crabs, same thing. Basically, anything that's still living that used to be from like earlier ages in history. Oh, Raven has visual aids.
So this, in Scandinavian lore, is a cryptid. This is a lindworm, or otherwise known as a worm with a Y. But here's the thing, right? Scandinavian doesn't really get snakes. Scandinavian definitely does not have sea snakes and sea serpents and stuff like that. A lot of the descriptions and stories and stuff basically you could probably think about it with what we know about the creatures these days. You think about it and suddenly it's like, you're just talking about a goddamn snake, aren't you? Like a sea snake, water snake, because Scandinavian doesn't have water snakes. There are very few snakes to begin with around here. So with all of that, there's a lot of misunderstanding of what they are, and a lot of times cryptids are born out of not understanding what the creature is, right? And because snakes in general are rare around here, you see it one time in your life, maybe never. And then they imagine all sorts of things to do with it.
One of my many sources of stream is about to die.
Oh, so let's go ahead and start wrapping it up because we have been going over an hour. That way, if Maenah's stream dies, it's okay.
I'm just gonna plug in. It's fine. I'm sorry for
Maenah's definitely looking like a cryptid now. Maenah was like, oh.
I'm sorry for like entering to be like, hello, I am your new sleep paralysis demon today. Just want to make sure my is charging. Okay, we're good.
I don't think you should plug in poop. Don't plug in poop.
I'm not plugging in poop. We're good. I'm plugging in my actual charger.
So Matt sent me a link to the Hatman.
Yeah,
also known as Shadow Person.
Yeah, isn't that the one where you take way too much Benadryl? Like, am I thinking about something else?
Hatman is commonly associated with sleep paralysis and abuse of antihistamines medicine, commonly sold under the brand name Benadryl. Yes.
Yep. Yes.
So Maenah was trying to pretend to be Hatman.
I think I was trying to be the lady from The Ring, where it's like she comes out of the TV, but like, it is what it is.
Like Sadako, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if we're gonna go in that direction, we're talking about Japanese cryptids. I could go for yokai conversations for hours.
I mean,
the most common one, like the kappa.
Yeah, that's scary.
So like if you've played Animal Crossing, if you know, like you have Captain and his whole family, they're kappas. They're not turtles. That's why they are bald on the top of their head, because the kappa tip is depicted as having a plate on the top of its head that holds water, and if it runs out of water, it will die, almost like a amphibious frog situation. They are also known to have beaks, like a turtle or a bird, like that kind of beak-looking thing. That shape. And they are, you don't want to run into them, because while they are mischievous, they are also known to do some, I will just say, sexual deviation that you may not be consenting to. They also are really addicted to cucumbers for some weird reason.
Ooh, like if you want to catch saw one, the Hatman at early morning. Sorry.
I mean,
Matt saw the Hatman wide awake and at work.
Did he have to pee?
Matt or the Hatman?
LEK, no, it's not just a Mario thing. The kappa is a yokai.
It is not. Yeah, it is a yokai. It is a Japanese mythological creature, or a Japanese cryptid.
A yokai is a ghost. So a yokai is a cryptid.
It is. So yokai is a term that is used in Japanese lore. It can be a ghost or an obake, but it could also be a demon. It could be an oni, a troll, a kitsune, a tanuki. It is a broad term. So it's almost like saying the word cryptid is broad. Like the chupacabra ain't over there looking like Mothman, and I don't mean the, our friend Mothman.
The English term, the best English term would be like yokais are cryptids. It's just specifically Japanese cryptids. But you mentioned tanuki. Let's talk about the tanuki, since because of course we have to address the tanuki once it's brought up.
You guys remember that one episode of South Park where they were bouncing on their junk? That's a tanuki.
So tanukis are known to be shapeshifters, and apparently they can shapeshift into anything. But one of the properties of the tanuki, and by the way, tanukis are real animals. They are raccoon dogs.
Yes, and they're adorable.
Okay, they are actual animals. But the main thing around the tanuki that makes it a yokai is basically Pompoko. Yes, he can. Their balls can turn into giant everythings and blankets and cover everything and wrap everything up and so on and so forth. Yeah.
They are often depicted with giant balls because they are symbols of fertility for dudes. The actual animal does not really have giant balls. They are adorable though. And if I remember correctly, they're actually more closely akin related to a dog than they are a raccoon as far as species wise. They are very endangered, and they are currently only inhabiting like one little island area of Japan. And yes, I know Japan is technically an island, but I mean, like, we're talking like an island on an island kind of situation.
Yeah, like a small
they are
piece.
Adorable though. Yes, so they are very endangered. They are very adorable. You will not want them as pets because they're definitely wild. I mean, even if they weren't endangered, they're not. They're much like foxes, where you don't want to try to tame them. You probably could if you tried, but they'll never be completely tame.
They are a fair bit more bitey than raccoons, actually.
Yeah. Yep. They are. They're sassy and they're adorable. So if you want to like purge your search history from the Nessie conversation earlier in the whelping,
tanuki.
Go look up tanukis.
Are you still Googling Nessie?
Because if you search tanuki, you will get the actual creature, because that's what they're called as well. So it'll be fine. You can purge the Nessie nonsense from your search history with tanuki.
Also, fun fact, back to Animal Crossing. If you remember Tom Nook and his nephews, they are in fact tanukis. They are not raccoons. But when they did the localization, no one really knows what a tanuki is on the West because they live on a tiny island in Japan. So they just said, okay, yeah, they're raccoons.
They're not raccoons, though.
We're not going to explain tanuki. Yeah. So, yeah. Also, tanukis don't historically get along with kitsune or foxes. There's entire rivalry myths, like yokai legends, dealing with tanuki and foxes not getting along because they're both shapeshifters. In lore, I should say. But the foxes tend to be more mischievous and nefarious. Besides the Inari ones that are messengers of the gods. But yeah, the tanuki are more like they just want to have fun. Their stuff is more harmless in myth. They're not going to actively try to murder your family, kind of thing. They're going to probably
unless you do them wrong, because they can get aggressive.
Yeah, if you do them wrong, you're in trouble.
You do them wrong.
Yeah. But like they're more likely to turn into a teapot, and you'll go to grab it, and then they'll go poof, and they'll turn back into a tanuki
mimic,
and scare
but
you
not
laugh.
going to eat you.
Yeah,
playful
they just
mimic.
wanted to make you jump scare. They're just a cute jump scare.
Jessica, here's the thing with tanukis. Tanukis are very often depicted as male because balls. The predominantly female yokai, and I think this is true in Japanese lore as well as in Chinese, because I know in Chinese the common ones are the snake and the fox are traditionally mostly female. The snakes and the foxes are usually female, which, at least in the Chinese lore for the demons, I don't like that. because it's very negative connotations with what that is. So those are traditionally, and I think if I remember right, even in Japanese culture, it is also more common that the fox and the snakes are female.
More common, yes.
Yeah, tanukis are predominantly male by default because balls. So yeah, so the foxes tend to be the females.
The fun thing on the fox discussion, which you're not wrong, you're absolutely correct, is oddly enough, a lot of your Inari kitsune are the good foxes essentially. They're like deities almost, messengers of the gods. They're typically depicted as being boys. Yep.
The deities are boys and the demons are girls. Why?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
Men.
Because at least in the Chinese culture, if you have male versions of those, they are still demons. Foxes and snakes are just straight up demons. There are male versions, but they are predominantly female. There are definitely more female depictions than there are male depictions. And the fox demon is known to be very sexual and is basically a homebreaker, to the point that when in Chinese, when you're calling someone, if someone is a mistress to, cheating on cheating with a mistress, the mistress is called a fox demon. Like literally, like they so it's like the vixens are basically, it's like, you're slutty, you're gonna go sleep with everyone and you're gonna steal my husband, you are a fox demon kind of thing. And if you are sly and you are kind of like scheming and all that, you are probably a snake, which also, in English, when we call someone a sneaky bastard, it's also a snake. So,
yep.
But then, you have that whole depiction that is mostly woman, and I'm like, why? They exist in male form too. That make more sense when you watch your drama. Yeah, now I guess that brings some context into certain types of dramas that you watched as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I will also say, very proud of fiction, I guess you could say, because you could argue that a lot of those are based on fiction, depending on what we're talking about. This is both good and bad, depending on how you look at it. Most stories nowadays, it is very common to find the naga, or like the snake related cryptid type humanoid character or fox. They dudes, and they're usually hot.
Yep. Not like Medusa.
Yeah. We've progressed as a species, apparently.
I mean, we've progressed to the point where monster smut is a thing.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, I could get us an interview with an author that I know that does that.
Oh, I mean, Brenda raided us into one. Brenda sent us on a field trip into one.
Brenda!
Were you not there, Maenah?
Field trip I would expect.
I don't think I was there that day. No, I missed that one.
So the egg and I. So those of you who were there that day, when Brenda was like, "Oh, I found new friend, the egg and I. You all should go follow it." And egg was on. And then Egg thought that the jesters were robots, like follow bots, because all of a sudden, the jesters being the jesters just went in and just followed,
and
then
we're crazy.
And then I was in there, and Egg was like, "Oh my god, I think we might have follow bot, but wait, these people look like they're real people. They have real profiles and stuff." And I basically piped up in chat, and I was like, "I promise we are real. I swear we are real people." Arden just shouted you out and told us to follow you, so we followed the instructions. And then basically it was field trip time. Of all places to have a field trip by Brenda, it was a monster
who is family friendly. Yeah, who is family friendly for the record, guys.
She sent us to monster
100% family friendly on that.
It's like, I'm not saying that, it's, I'm not discounting, I'm not saying that Monster Smut is no good or whatever in this case. You have to understand, those of you who don't follow Art and Jens, you have to understand, she is like a preschool or kindergarten level art teacher who's dealing with a classroom full of the most rowdy kids. Like, she's Miss Frizzle, but actually frazzled. She's Miss Frazzled. Okay, and then she sends us on a field trip to Smart Writer.
Yep.
Yep. So that happened. So so just bringing it back, considering, Monster Smart is a thing now, and I mean, that there's plenty of furries and everything. Again, not saying anything else. It's just making a point that all of this, it kind of brings all these yokais and demons and all that are animal based into kind of like a more neutral, even good light because of all that. And I'm not mad about that. I'm just slightly mad that can we have the less sexualized versions also be nice? Because the sexualized versions are all nice and they're fancy and nice versions of them now. Can we also have them for the not sexy ones? Like why is it only the sexy ones are good?
I want to see an Inari Kitsune looking dude. So basically like a humanoid fox deity looking character. But I want him to have a beer gut and slight face stubble.
Also that, like they're all like buff hot. It's like, but what if I don't like the buff hot guys? What if I like the beer belly daddies?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, he would look just as good
with muscles.
Yeah, they're hard. They're not good pillows.
Not everyone wants a muscle dude, That bot, yeah, Jessie Cat. Yep. That bots can be sexy too.
Yep.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you are confident in yourself and you present yourself with confidence, it don't matter what you look like.
It's so back to kind of more cryptids, but also like, monsters and stuff like that. It's like vampires as well. Vampires and werewolves. They're always muscular and like, or, that slim, or, vampires are often like that, lanky but still muscular, and werewolves are the big buff muscle dudes. I don't believe they all look like that. Where are my dead boys? Because those guys are like hundreds and thousands of years old for the vampires.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm pretty sure don't hold up that long, especially if they're not exercising and spending most of the time asleep in the coffin.
Yeah, deterioration over time.
Right? And I mean, doggos and the doggos and the wolves get chunky over time as well. Where are my chunky foxes? And where are my chunky werewolves? There has to be chunky werewolves.
Yeah.
What about ogres? I mean, cause ogres generally are that bored, So yay ogres, which because cause
so what's a nightcrawler?
Cause you have something to tell us, friend. Do you have an ogre fetish that you're not willing to talk about yet? Do we need to have an intervention to help you come out of the closet? It's okay if you like ogres.
Because it's okay if you like ogres. In fact, if you like ogres, I'll just send you more ogre content.
I mean, Shrek is cool.
Cause is also a cryptid, I guess.
Yeah, confirmed.
Of course, Cause is a cryptid.
Confirmed. You heard it here, folks.
If you're watching the VOD and you're wondering what the crap we're talking about, you should check out the VOD on Twitch, or you should also be here live when we do our filmings. Because we have a live studio chat going on over on Twitch when this is being recorded. So we will, you might get called out and talked to on the podcast if that's something you want.
Even if not, we'll do it anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Also, we didn't make the counter, but I want to note that it was either Maenah or Raven who got out of the chair first. Did anybody actually pay attention?
It was me.
To it?
It was Maenah, but Maenah, it was more because computer broke for Maenah.
Yeah, but you got up to
Raven
get this,
also got out of the chair
books. Too. I saw Raven get up out of the chair to get like props or something.
Yeah,
technically, I was still in the same spot. It's just this was up on the shelf, so I had to stand up to get. But it was still at the desk already. And my books are behind me. I didn't get out of my chair to get the books.
Okay.
I brought the books up before stream.
Are we gonna say that this episode that no one technically got out of their chair?
I think technically
I did get up.
LEK says every time you see this name you think of Night Stalker. Aww.
I mean,
where is the ogre? I know I saw it just now, but now I can't find it.
We are definitely ending the end of our podcast time because I have to be at work in the morning tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, can you guys
start wrapping it up?
Maenah got up to be lady from the ring. Okay, yeah, true. So that means that Maenah got up
people
this
a new
time.
Sleep paralysis demon. Like it was me.
Okay, so yeah, Maenah gets the point for getting out of the chair first.
So do we want to end on another cryptid?
Yeah, sure. And wrap us up, Raven.
So let's end on another cryptid. This one is another one of the Scandinavian ones. That is a river horse that will take children away if they get into the water at night and stuff like that. I can't remember. But here's the thing. A lot of the descriptions. So once again, I'm going to bring the cryptids into science and then just leave it as that. A lot of the descriptions kind of sound like they're describing a hippopotamus. And guess what? Guess what? In Swedish, a hippo is known as a river horse. Different names. They gave it different names from the cryptid. The cryptid is Bäckarhäst, which is like, the scary horse. But the hippopotamus is still a river horse. So both of them are river horses. One is scary and attacks at night. The other one is just it's a horse that lives in the river. Okay, yeah, I'll shut up now. Get the science
So while we're talking about science, I have a suggestion on who we're going to raid. I see that Science is streaming Pocopia.
Is Science? We can go visit Science.
I'm going to get that going, raid.
That means he's doing science and cryptids because a mimic is a cryptid, correct? And you play as Ditto, therefore you are mimic, therefore you're a cryptid. So it's science and cryptids.
Beautiful.
We're bringing it back around town.
We're meeting. Look at us. We're not just finding random people like Barley.
Yep. Which if he was
that was still a good rate, though.
Listen, earlier Jacques was on, and I was gonna say we should go to see Jacques, but should mix it up. Science works.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So just a reminder, we do this podcast once a month, so this will be it for this month. Our time may slightly change by an hour, but we're gonna, as far as I know, it is still scheduled to be the third.
Is this the correct rate message? Nope. No, that's the wrong. Never mind. Do we have a rate message today?
The third Thursday of the month. I don't know that we have one.
Do we have a rate message?
We really should get on to that, but. Do we just want to use all our own rate messages, or do we want to come up with one right now?
Let's come up with one, I think.
Well, we were talking about cryptids.
Oh!
Science is playing as a mimic. Is there something we can make that's mimic related?
Maybe.
That's curious. Nothing comes to mind because brain go burr.
Okay, I think I have one, but I need to figure out the squirrel emote again.
Nope.
Because that's a Windows.
Good. You do your thing. My ad started, so I can't actually raid us out now. I barely missed the cutoff to pause it.
Oh, I like that. LEK has a good one.
3 buckets and a squirrel. I beg the squirrel friend. Yes. Sure.
It's okay, Jessie Cat. It was still covered with Cheeto dust, so I don't blame you.
Listen, if you're coming in here expecting anything other than Cheeto dust everywhere, you came to the wrong podcast. Like,
I mean, we are top tier quality content. I don't know what you are talking
Wait.
about.
I'm adding the emotes in so you can copy everything.
Copy a thing. I'll figure it out once I am out of her heckin' ad.
But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you to the chat for hanging out. Cause, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the follows that were given throughout there for our various streams. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll be around the third Thursday of the month. Raven streams on the regular, so you can check her channel for her streaming schedule. Maenah is trying to get back into streaming more on the regular, so also check her channel forthwith. She'll probably end up posting something. If not, keep your alerts on. And as for me, you probably won't see me for a hot minute until Saturdays, because I am still training at my new job, and my sleep schedule is non-existent. So
yeah,
but I will definitely be back for 3 Squirrels.
Poor Raven.
Yep.
We love them both. They're poor sleep schedules because we do this.
Okay, let me make sure that I get the.
Yeah, make sure we get the raid name up. Did it do it right? Yeah, it did.
Okay, I got mine. And then now we need to make sure Maenah has that as well.
I am trying.
It's okay. We're proud of you anyway.
I think I got that for Maenah. Okay, so yeah, we'll see you. I'll see you all back here on next time will be next week. So I'll see you all back here next week. And between now and then, grab your raid call, go say hi to Science, and hang out over there. And there's Science and Cryptids happening all at once over there today. So yeah.
Yay!